I think with the relationship with obviously Pablo and Paco as well, they used to come to Brunei all the time with their fathers.
There is no denying the undeniable chemistry that Prince Mateen and Princess Anisha shared, which is what earned them a spot in the Hall of Fame featuring the most admired royal couple. The attention of the entire world was also drawn to their extravagant wedding. On the other hand, ever since they got married, a shocking string of secrets about Anisha's past have been revealed, which has caused outrage not only in Brunei, but also beyond its borders. At this point, a lot of people are afraid that it's all over forever. On the other hand, what exactly are these secrets? For what reason have they caused such a commotion? Perhaps the carefully cultivated public image of Prince Mateen could be damaged as a result of these revelations. Come along with us as we investigate the scandal and uncover the truth. The perfect union of Prince Mateen and Princess Anisha, which once seemed like a flawless love story, has been overshadowed by secrets from Anisha's past, causing shockwaves in Brunei and beyond. This has caused the love story of the royal couple to be shaken by hidden secrets. Even before he got married, Prince Mateen of Brunei was well known for his charming personality and striking public persona, both of which had attracted the attention of the media from all over the world for a considerable amount of time. Not only because of his royal lineage, but also because of his down-to-earth nature and good looks, Prince Mateen was always a favorite of the public. He was the youngest son of Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah, who was one of the wealthiest monarchs in the world. Prince Mateen received his royal lineage from his father. He has amassed millions of followers on his Instagram account, which he uses to share glimpses of his athletic endeavors, family moments, and his passion for adventure. As a result, he has become a social media phenomenon. However, it was not until he married Princess Anisha that the spotlight on him became even brighter, capturing the attention of everyone who follows the royal family, as well as fans of the royal family. Before the public became aware of her relationship with Prince Mateen, Anisha, whose birth name is Anisha Isa Kalabik, was not particularly well known. Anisha had, for the most part, managed to keep her life out of the spotlight. She was born in Brunei and had a heritage that was a combination of Southeast Asian and European. Due to the fact that her mother was Bruneian and her father was of Croatian descent, she possessed a distinctive background that piqued the interest of the general public. Despite the fact that she spent a significant portion of her life living in another country, she came into contact with Prince Mateen several years prior to the couple's eventual marriage. Both of them were strikingly beautiful, and they appeared to be the ideal match for one another. The couple started their relationship in a low-key manner. Despite the fact that they were seen together at a number of public events, it wasn't until they announced their engagement that their relationship became the topic of conversation in the community. It was a grand affair, drawing global attention not only because of the high profile of the couple, but also because of the opulence of the Brunei royal family. Prince Mateen and Anisha's engagement was a grand affair. The announcement was met with excitement, and fans and media outlets alike eagerly speculated on the specifics of the upcoming wedding without waiting for more information. As the couple worked on getting ready for their wedding, they quickly established themselves as one of the most admired royal couples in the world. As a result of their stunning wedding photos, as well as their apparent compatibility and grace, many people have praised them as one of the most attractive royal couples that have emerged in recent years. The marriage between Prince Mateen and Anisha appeared to be a fairy tale, and the public, captivated by the beauty of both of them and the connection between them, showered them with overwhelming support. The adoration, on the other hand, was not destined to last without being challenged, as is typically the case with public figures, particularly royals. Hidden secrets from Princess Anisha's past have been revealed in the most recent chapter of their story, which has been marked by the emergence of these secrets. As more and more of these secrets came to light, the question that arose was whether or not these revelations had the potential to damage the public's perception of Prince Mateen and his wife. Because of the history of the woman who eventually became the prince's wife, the admiration that the couple once had for one another has been clouded. The image of the royal couple, which was once absolutely flawless, has been tainted by these concealed secrets, as is evident. In the course of their ongoing development, the manner in which they handled the aftermath will undoubtedly have a significant impact on the future of their public relationship. Many people have experienced a sudden and unexpected conclusion to their fairy tale. The question that needs to be answered for Prince Mateen and Anisha is how they will proceed from this point onwards. In addition, what implications will these revelations have for their lives in the eyes of the public? The royal wedding and the public's opinion of Anisha. The wedding of Prince Mateen and Princess Anisha was nothing short of a spectacle that was witnessed all over the world. The ceremony was more than just the union of two people, because it combined the rich traditions of Brunei with the grandeur that is expected of a royal ceremony. Anisha's official introduction to life as a royal was marked by a highly choreographed event that marked the beginning of our relationship. Nevertheless, the splendor of the wedding also served as a signal for the start of a much more extensive journey, the transformation of Anisha into a public figure, while the entire world is watching her closely. While Anisha was going through this transition, it was anything but smooth. Because she had been brought up in a setting that was relatively private, she had spent a significant portion of her life being shielded from the intense scrutiny that comes with being a member of a royal family. When she became the wife of Prince Mateen, she was immediately thrust into the spotlight of the public eye, a location in which each and every action, word, and gesture would be scrutinized in great detail. Due to the fact that Bruneians are deeply rooted in their traditional and conservative values, they had very high expectations for their new princess. In spite of the fact that her poise and charm initially won over a large number of people, there were rumors that certain circles were skeptical about her capacity to fully adapt to her role. Anisha appeared to be the ideal partner for the prince, particularly in the eyes of the general public. It seemed as though she would be the perfect companion for someone as renowned as Prince Mateen, given her poise, elegance, and striking beauty. This admiration for the couple only grew stronger after they tied the knot. Her public appearances, which were filled with warmth and affection, sparked a wave of admiration from fans who saw in her the ideal combination of contemporary allure and royal grace. The first photographs and videos taken during her royal engagements were widely shared on social media. These images and videos showed her taking part in a variety of events, including diplomatic gatherings, charity events, and traditional ceremonies. It is to Anisha's credit that she seemed to accept these new responsibilities with grace, even as she adjusted to the enormous pressure that comes with representing one of the most prominent royal families in the world. It was during the time that Anisha was working to adjust to her new role that the public's fascination with the royal couple began to change. Over time, what at first appeared to be a simple curiosity about how she was adjusting to life as a royal gradually transformed into a more in-depth and intrusive examination. Others began to investigate her past, looking for any information that might explain how a woman with such a contemporary background could fit into the highly traditional framework of Brunei's monarchy. While many people praised her efforts to embrace Brunei's traditions, others began to investigate her past. As a result of the revelation of previously concealed information from Anisha's past, the scrutiny that had been following the wedding day took a more sinister turn. People who had previously admired her for her grace and elegance have now turned their attention to her personal history, searching through old photographs, posts on social media, and relationships from the past. As more information was uncovered, more questions were raised, which led to a growing sense of unease among the people of Brunei, a country that places a significant emphasis on the preservation of both conservative values and traditions. What followed was a string of revelations that shocked many people and cast a shadow over the couple's image, which appeared to be perfect at the time. As the previously concealed details of Anisha's history began to come to light, a wave of public disapproval of her actions followed in their wake. In a short amount of time, the rumors that had started in private conversations quickly spread across social media. As the details of her previous life became public, many people started to wonder whether or not the way she lived her life prior to meeting Prince Mateen was consistent with the standards that are expected of someone who is a member of the royal family. As these revelations came to light, many people started to speculate about the effects that this would have on the public image of Prince Mateen. Fans of the royal couple, who had previously been devoted to them, were now divided, and their admiration for their marriage was beginning to wane. Is it possible that these concealed secrets could have an impact on their reputation? Is it possible that the history of Prince Mateen's wife will come to determine his future in the eyes of the public? There was an increasing amount of pressure, and the once flawless image of this royal couple was beginning to show signs of cracking. There was no doubt that the revelation of these secrets marked the beginning of a new chapter for Prince Mateen and Princess Anisha. This new chapter would require them to navigate the complexities of public life while being subjected to an increasing amount of scrutiny. It is the beginning of the backlash, which reveals the hidden past. Users of social media began to delve deeper into Anisha's history as the excitement surrounding the grand wedding of Prince Mateen and Princess Anisha began to subside. They were eager to learn more about the woman who had won the heart of the well-known prince. An innocent curiosity quickly turned into a frenzy as Anisha's earlier life began to reveal secrets that had been kept hidden from the public. On social media platforms, it didn't take long for previously taken photographs and personal information to become public knowledge. During the time leading up to Anisha's royal wedding, individuals shared and discussed images of her on various online platforms, including Instagram, Twitter, and other online communities. The moment she became the wife of Prince Mateen, her life became no longer private. Despite the fact that she had kept a relatively low profile prior to her wedding, several of these photographs, some of which were taken many years prior to the wedding, depicted Anisha engaging in activities such as smoking, partying in nightclubs, and wearing revealing clothing. Some people found the images to be harmless, but others found them to be extremely shocking. This was especially true in Brunei, where strict Islamic values govern a significant portion of daily life responsibilities. What further fueled the controversy were the photographs that showed Anisha in close proximity to a variety of men, with some of the photographs even showing her in intimate positions with men who had previously been her boyfriends. These photographs painted a picture that appeared to be in opposition to the traditional image that Brunei's royal family had managed to cultivate over the course of several generations. A cloud was cast over Anisha's reputation as a result of the concealed secrets that started to come to light after the wedding. It was now being re-examined through the lens of skepticism how the general public conceived of a perfect royal princess, one who was flawless in terms of grace and beauty. The revelations that Anisha made were more than just a matter of personal concern for a great number of Bruneians. In light of the fact that she was the wife of their prince, they were a reflection of the potential influence that she could have on the reputation of the royal family. It appeared as though the images that were being shared on social media were in direct opposition to the principles that were held in the highest regard in Brunei. This resulted in a backlash, with many people questioning whether or not Anisha and Prince Mateen were truly a good match for each other. These secrets became a source of contention in a nation where public behavior is closely monitored and where the honor of the family is of the utmost importance. A number of individuals felt that these revelations were a betrayal of the image and values associated with the royal family. The backlash from the general public was swift and intense, particularly after the media started to raise awareness about these concerns. Following the revelation of these secrets, there were those who questioned whether or not it was time for the royal family to put some distance between themselves and their new princess. In the case of Prince Mateen, the circumstances became progressively more complicated. After being admired by fans all over the world for a long time, the idealized image of him and his wife started to fall apart. A prince and his flawless princess had at first appeared to be the ideal couple for each other. But now the controversy that surrounded Anisha's past has cast a shadow over their relationship. There was a lot of speculation among people about whether or not these revelations, these concealed secrets, would have long-term effects on the prince's reputation in the public eye. It became abundantly clear that the fairy tale had abruptly come to an end for a great number of Bruneians. Skepticism and dissatisfaction had replaced admiration and respect for the royal couple, which had been present previously. After the revelation of additional concealed information, it became abundantly clear that the fairy tale romance between Prince Mateen and Princess Anisha was no longer the idealized narrative that it had been in the past. The cultural and religious values of Brunei, which shed a harsh light on Anisha's uncovered past, further contributed to this shift in perception, which was further compounded by such values. As a result of the cultural clash between Brunei's values and Anisha's lifestyle, which was sparked by the disparity between Anisha's liberal past and Brunei's deeply rooted traditions, heated discussions were held. Additionally, questions were raised regarding whether or not Anisha's previous lifestyle is in accordance with the expectations of the royal family in a conservative Muslim nation such as Brunei. Brunei, a nation that is relatively small but prosperous and is located on the island of Borneo, is a country that places a significant emphasis on both religion and tradition. Because it is a nation with a majority Muslim population, Islam not only shapes the identity of the state, but also the way people live their lives. It dictates social norms that place an emphasis on modesty, respect for tradition, and family honor. In particular, members of the royal family are strongly discouraged from engaging in activities that are regarded as being indulgent or inappropriate. These activities include public displays of affection, drinking alcohol, and smoking. In this setting, where the behavior of the general public is closely monitored, the royal family serves as a symbol of national pride. The Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah and his family are the embodiment of Brunei's deeply held values. They combine their wealth and power with a steadfast devotion to Islam. The actions of the royal family are therefore subject to close scrutiny and are held to the highest standards. This is a reflection of the nation's expectations regarding appropriate behavior and moral conduct. When Prince Mateen, the Sultan's fourth son, married Anisha Isa, a woman of mixed Bruneian and Croatian heritage, this scrutiny became even more intense. It didn't take long for Anisha's life before marriage, which was characterized by her exposure to Western cultural influences, to become the centerpiece of controversy. Due to the fact that she had spent a significant portion of her life outside of Brunei, she had become accustomed to a more liberal way of life, which enabled her to embrace a greater sense of freedom than what was anticipated in Brunei. Compared to the conservative environment of Brunei, she had lived in societies where modesty was not as strictly enforced and social norms were more relaxed. She had lived in societies where she had lived. Especially prior to her marriage, Anisha's lifestyle choices appeared to be in direct opposition to the deeply conservative values that are prevalent in Brunei. During the time that Anisha was getting married, photographs from her past started to surface, which brought to light this cultural clash. Images that showed her wearing revealing clothing, going to parties, drinking alcohol, and smoking are all behaviors that are considered inappropriate by Bruneian standards, particularly for a woman who was now married to a prince. These photographs were widely shared on social media, and a great number of Bruneians who place a high value on Islam and modesty were taken aback by what they saw. In the eyes of the general public, these were not merely the actions of a private citizen. Rather, they were the actions of a woman who had recently made the transition to a royal title, which came with a great deal of responsibility and expectations. Photos showing Anisha in intimate situations with men were among the most controversial revelations. Many people viewed these photos as a direct violation of Brunei's cultural norms, and they were among the most controversial revelations. Brunei is a country that places a high value on public modesty, and it is discouraged for individuals of the opposite sex who are not married to have close physical contact with one another. The fact that these photographs showed her in casual settings, sometimes smoking or partying with men, was in direct opposition to the reserved image that the general public anticipated seeing from the wife of a representative of the royal family. It is possible that Anisha's previous lifestyle choices can be explained by her mixed heritage and upbringing, which reflects a combination of Southeast Asian modesty and Western freedom. However, this was not something that many Bruneians found to be acceptable. In point of fact, it contributed to the cultural expectations of Brunei being disrupted. As a result of the fact that many Bruneians believe the royal family to be the sacred guardians of Islamic and cultural traditions, there is very little room for individual deviation. As a consequence of this, Anisha's actions in the past have come to represent a more widespread conflict between the traditional and contemporary influences that exist within Brunei. According to a significant number of individuals, the concealed information that started to surface after her wedding was not merely a matter of private history. Rather, it was regarded as a threat to the reputation of the royal family as a whole. Anisha was now expected to represent the values of Brunei's royal house because she was the wife of Prince Mateen. However, her previous actions, which have now been exposed for the public to see, appeared to undermine this role when they were revealed. As a result of the shock caused by these revelations, some people started to wonder whether Anisha, who is heavily influenced by Western culture, could actually be a real fit within the traditional framework of Bruneian royal life. Many people were left wondering how the revelations would affect not only the image of Prince Mateen, but also the reputation of the royal family as a whole. It was evident that the emerging secrets had caused a deep divide, and many people were left wondering how these revelations came about. When it comes to Prince Mateen, what is at stake? The image of Prince Mateen of Brunei, who is a prominent member of Brunei's family, is essential not only for his own personal reputation, but also for the maintenance of the monarchy's standing. So, when the secrets that his wife, Princess Anisha, had been keeping hidden came to light, it caused shockwaves to spread throughout the public. Prince Mateen's judgment and the future prospects of the royal family were called into question as a result of the scrutiny that was placed on her previous behavior. Despite the fact that Prince Mateen is not directly in line to inherit the throne, The position that he holds within the royal family carries a significant amount of relevance. Not only does his influence and public perception contribute to the overall image of the monarchy, but the criticisms that have been leveled against Anisha have caused some people to question his decision-making abilities. Because Mateen is a royal figure, his image is extremely important to the reputation of the monarchy. However, the controversy that surrounds his wife puts that reputation in jeopardy. Although it is possible that it will not have an immediate impact on his chances of ascending to the throne, it does bring attention to his personal life, which may have an effect on how he is perceived in the future. There are many ways in which this circumstance is comparable to the scrutiny that other royals have been subjected to after their marriages, which has resulted in public backlash. One example that is particularly noteworthy is Rajwa Al Saif, who tied the knot with Crown Prince Hussein of Jordan in the year 2023. As was the case with Anisha, Rajwa eventually became the subject of intense media attention and attacks on social media. Her detractors dissected her past, including photos that some people deemed to be inappropriate. Similar to Anisha, Rajwa was subjected to criticism for failing to live up to the expectations that the general public has of a royal figure. The decision to maintain silence and avoid engaging with the media was made by Rajwa and her husband. Despite the similarities between the two, they placed a strong emphasis on maintaining their right to privacy, particularly during their honeymoon. A similar strategy could be utilized by Prince Mateen and Anisha in order to weather the storm. They could concentrate on their love for one another and their personal lives rather than on the opinions of the general public. On the other hand, the difference lies in the degree of scrutiny that is applied as well as the particular cultural context. The backlash against Anisha is compounded by the deeply ingrained Islamic values of Brunei, which play a significant role in shaping public opinion. While Rajwa's criticism was based on her personal history, Anisha's criticism is additionally compounded by these values. Considering the stringent standards of modesty and behavior in public life that are enforced in the country, Anisha's previous decisions have become more contentious and detrimental to the reputation of the royal family. Being in the middle of the controversy puts Prince Mateen in a difficult position. He must strike a balance between defending his wife and protecting the legacy of the royal family, all while navigating the expectations of a society that is deeply rooted in more traditional values. It is possible that the scandal does not directly threaten his position within the royal family. However, it has brought up significant concerns regarding his capacity to maintain the image of the monarchy and its reputation among the general public. It is highly likely that his legacy and his future standing in Brunei will be impacted by the manner in which he addresses these issues. In the end, the manner in which Prince Mateen deals with the consequences that result from Anisha's past will be a significant factor in determining not only his own reputation, but also the image that his family has in the larger world. The stakes are high, and his response to this controversy will determine whether or not he is able to maintain the respect and admiration that he has enjoyed for a long time as a beloved member of the royal institution. The royal family, including Prince Mateen, has chosen to maintain a path of deliberate silence in the midst of the controversy that has surrounded Princess Anisha's past. They have refrained from engaging with the growing public scrutiny that has been surrounding them. The family has a long-standing tradition of valuing privacy and maintaining dignity in the face of speculation, and this measured approach is consistent with that tradition. Despite the fact that the public is eagerly awaiting a response, the royal family's top priority continues to be to shield their private lives from the unrelenting scrutiny of the media. Many people have speculated about the royal family's position as a result of their failure to provide a direct response. However, this lack of response also highlights an important point. Even though they live in an age of constant digital exposure, they continue to place a high priority on protecting their privacy. One of the things that has always contributed to the allure of the Brunei royal family is the fact that they have always maintained a certain level of discretion and mystery. In spite of the fact that public life, particularly for figures such as Prince Mateen and Princess Anisha, is fraught with the pressures of scrutiny, the fact that they insist on keeping their personal matters private demonstrates a profound belief in the sanctity of family life. In spite of the negative attention that has been brought about as a result of the revelation of Anisha's past, the royal family has remained silent, which suggests that they do not wish to give the rumors any more credibility by participating in public comment. In many respects, They are making the decision to maintain their steadfast adherence to the principle that not every aspect of their lives ought to be made accessible to the general public. In addition, Princess Anisha, who has been subjected to the most severe criticism, appears to be resolute in her determination to weather the storm without allowing it to undermine her sense of character. She has remained unwavering and continues to embrace her role as Prince Mateen's wife with grace and determination. Despite the verbal abuse she has received on the internet and the criticism she has received from certain members of the general public, she has not avoided the negative attention. Rather, she has continued to demonstrate her love for the prince, expressing that their connection is significantly more significant than the fleeting opinions of some individuals who are not a part of their relationship. Despite the fact that many people believe that her previous actions are not suitable for a royal wife, she places the love and commitment that she has with her husband at this moment in her life as the most important thing. Her resilience and commitment to her relationship with Prince Mateen are demonstrated by the fact that Anisha is able to maintain her composure in the face of ridicule from the members of the public. In spite of the criticism she is subjected to, she continues to stand by the decisions she has made, which reveals that she is a woman who places a high value on personal autonomy and the right to define her identity according to her own terms. Despite the fact that her history has been revealed in ways that some members of Brunei's religiously conservative society find unsettling, she seems to be carrying herself with confidence. Despite the fact that she is aware that people will always have their own opinions, she is adamant in her belief that the love she has for Mateen is more than enough to justify any criticism she experiences. There is a larger theme of personal boundaries in this age of social media, where public figures often have little control over how their lives are portrayed. The couple's refusal to engage in the controversy, coupled with their insistence on privacy, speaks to this larger theme. As the scrutiny that has been surrounding Princess Anisha has become more intense, it has brought up broader questions regarding the nature of public judgment and the right to privacy in this day and age of digital technology. It is essential to take into consideration the consequences of such revelations in this day and age, when everything, from private photographs to previous actions, can be made public with just a few clicks of the mouse. The previously concealed details of Anisha's history have been made available to the general public, and many people have rushed to pass judgment on her for the decisions she made prior to her marriage to Prince Mateen. Nevertheless, as the entire world watches this royal drama play out, there is a question that must be asked that provokes thought. Would it be more appropriate for us to evaluate other people based on who they were or who they have become? In light of the controversy that has surrounded Princess Anisha, what are your thoughts? Are you of the opinion that it is appropriate to judge someone based on their history? In the comments section below, please share your thoughts. We sincerely hope that you found this video pleasant. Don't forget to give our channel a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to it for more incredible content. We appreciate you taking the time to watch, and we hope to see you in the next video.